Okay, so I'm back here with Aaron from Life Fitness, and we're just going to run through the Life Fitness console and take it away, Aaron.
So this is our Discover SE console, which is our top of the range model. Basically, it's a fully interactive console, so it allows the user to log in and track their workouts, monitor their progress of what they've been doing on the machine, access internet, access different types of apps that you can use either through the console or through your phone, access your mobile content, as well as a whole range of interactive workouts that are all based in the machine itself.
Fantastic.
So when you walk up to the machine, you'll notice this screen here, which is sort of cycling through. Yep. These are completely personalisable. So the club can create their own image that they want to have on the screen. So when they come in, they might want to advertise PT, they might want to advertise special for referrals, whatever it might be. They can have that on the screen displayed, and they can change it whenever they like, just via a computer. They just need an internet connection. You'll also notice we have both the Android connector for the units and an iPhone attachment, so it's available to be used with both. And it has the Bluetooth, which allows you to pair an Android phone with the console, as well as headphones.
Now, is that purely just for charging, or?
Charging as well as logging you in. So when I plug this in now, what it'll actually do is it'll log me into LF Connect, which is our app, which tracks all your workouts. That's it on the screen.
So that's LF Connect. Okay.
Correct. So it logs me in, and what that will allow me to do is it'll allow me to access all of my programs and all of those kind of things directly through the console itself. Right. Another option is I can log in with a QR code, so I can just scan a QR code on there, or I can log in by putting in my user ID and my password, and that'll also log me into the machine, which I'll just show you now. Nice and simple. And I'm now logged in via the internet connection. So as you'll see, as soon as I come in here, you've got all of my different workouts that I've created myself, or maybe a trainer's created for me, and I can select from these and away I go. So I could pick one of these if I wanted to, or I could select from the regular workouts that are already in the machine. So these are the ones that Life Fitness have created.
Now, are these based on your original programs from original machines?
Those other programs are. So they're similar programs to what we've had in the past. There's been some changes to some of the programming that you would use with heart rate, so that's been advanced a little bit. Probably the biggest change is that you can completely design your own program online and then have that come up here. So you could have your own hill program where you set the incline at regular intervals, speed intervals, heart rate intervals, whatever you like. And like we discussed, you also have the ability to have that outdoor GPS program set and then basically have that replay on the machine itself with the same incline changes of the run you did. So, for example, if you're training for the City to Surf in Sydney, you could run the course, it would track the course for you, and then it would have the same incline changes at the same time.
Heart rate kill on a treadmill. That sucks.
Yeah.
A quick question, just going back to heart rate. Now, have you got a preferred supplier at the moment in terms of straps, or
the chips themselves that are built in are Polar, so they're designed to be used with the Polar units. They do pick up most of the heart rate monitors on the market, but certainly the chip itself is a Polar chip that's in the unit.
Now, with obviously the emergence of like Garmin and other big companies, is that something that's factored in? I mean, you said that it should work with other manufacturers?
Yeah, it generally works with just about all of those.
But it is a Polar-based product?
It is a Polar-based product, yeah. I think we just paired with Polar a number of years ago, and it's just continued to be the same chip. It's just a receiver chip, so we don't supply a chest strap with these. It's up to the member to bring their own in. They're commercial units, so in a health club setting, you wouldn't be probably loaning out heart rate straps. People would have it the emphasis would be on the member to bring in and use themselves.
Fantastic. Okay.
So if we flick through some of the features, basically with these screens I can scan between the screens just with a simple swipe. And you'll see things like, Solitaire, for example, is a game, as well as a whole heap of these mobile apps which actually work directly on our console, or they read through the iPhone or an iPad attached to the console on the units themselves, as well as internet, both my internet pages, which I've set up myself in LF Connect, or my open browsing, so I could go to any page that I like. And then in addition to all of that, we have our interactive courses. So we have 6 what we call lifescape courses, and when you go up a hill, the incline will automatically change, or on a cross trainer or bike, the resistance will change automatically while you're on there.
Is the screen in line with the speed that you're going?
Yes, so if you run quicker, the screen will move quicker, the speed of the picture will change.
Cool.
And then for people that just like the sort of the old school, I guess, design, they also have the ability just to see their time, calories, 400 metre running tracks, 5k trails. We call this our Lifeberg, which is an incline-based iceberg. Yep. So there's a lot of different things like that are all built in, as well as, of course, the ability to, listen to your music, view video, all of those kind of things via your iPhone or Android phone attached to the unit. Yeah, and of course, can't forget television. So this is just attached to a regular television. You can touch to go to full screen, and this is just attached to a DVD player here, but as you can see, full screen digital TV for Foxtel, free to air, whatever you wanted to have playing through the unit. Yeah.
All right.
And at the end of our workout, so if we've finished our workout and we hit stop, we hit end, basically what it'll do, it'll give me a summary of what I've achieved, and it saves all that workout information straight in my LF Connect app. So all of this information, my calories, my time, my distance, goes into my app, and that can be, if you buddy with your trainer can actually see what you're doing. And as we mentioned before, you could share on Facebook or some of the social media options as well if you like.
Fantastic. All very motivating.
Yeah. And actually, last thing I forgot to mention, we mentioned QR code login, we mentioned the phone login. We also have our own RFID login.
Right.
So if the gyms use RFID cards or fobs in any way, shape or form, any RFID just about will work. They just walk up and swipe it, and it'll log them into their LF Connect as well. So a lot of different options there for the club and the member to use.
Great.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, Aaron, well, thank you very much for that. It was a great overview, and I think that's wonderful screen and well thought out.
Yeah, but it's been very popular.
Good. Excellent. No, one question I do have at the end of this is that obviously you've got your traditional screens that are more LED based, or are they LCD, LED? Yep. Okay, so if a customer bought a treadmill with an LED, can you unlift that, or lift that out and plug in a new screen, and that will work?
No, you can't. The units themselves are basically, they're all built on different platforms. So basically our entry-level commercial product, which is known as our Integrity product, and it has the same motor, it has the same deck, it has the same belt on a treadmill, same cranks on a bike. So a lot of the product itself is basically the same, but all of the electronics are different, and there's not that ability to chop and change. But we do offer 3 different cardio options with different console options, so you can basically pick and choose something that's going to be most suitable to your member base.
And I think that's probably the most important thing to remember, is that when you are actually choosing your equipment as a gym manager or a gym owner or anyone who's looking in the market for this kind of equipment, is to really define what you want up front, because it can become quite a costly exercise if you do want to upgrade sooner than later.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, look, you're really committing generally cardio products to minimum 3, but generally 4 years is probably what clubs would turn them over in.
Yep.
And if you're committing that period, I think you're really looking, in today's day and age, and I've just shown you some of just the basics of what these consoles do, and they're just advancing every month. There's software updates getting pulled to these machines every single month. So, and they're adding extra features. For example, the Bluetooth wasn't a feature 6 months ago, and now it's on our consoles. And you didn't have to buy a new console, it was just a software update. So, to move with the times, I think you really do need to consider that in 4 years' time, in 2 years' time, for example, will all the clubs have this style console? And if so, you don't want to be left behind by not going with that range. If that's what you're pushing to your members in the way of your monthly dues, or the way of what style of club you're aiming for, and even your competition in the area.
And I guess when you think about it, is that when you invest in this kind of console, is that unlike before when you had your LEDs, the LEDs is what you got. That is what it stayed for the life of its life of the equipment. Now with these consoles, like you're saying, monthly, if not, at least regular updates of the software, how it operates, and what's included, which is incredible. So it really is an expandable product as time goes on.
Absolutely. In 2 years, there's been 25 software updates to these consoles. So, what they've added to the units is incredible. And on top of all of that, you've got to keep in mind that because of the open API, there's regular apps being being added that interact with our consoles. So, you know, when they first launched these machines, there were 2 apps that worked. Now there's over 12. So there's constantly companies adding other features, as well as our own company adding features to the units to improve what they actually do for the member.
And was it as simple as just going to market and saying, hey guys, this is what we're doing with our consoles, you know, go develop apps that work with it, or how did that actually work out, do you know?
That's pretty much it, really. So we made our API open, which means that any app developer can apply to Live Fitness to be able to access the console information, and then they can have that interact with our consoles. Even, for example, I'm wearing a Fitbit wearable tech. It actually, my Fitbit stats from what I do on my LF Connect automatically sync to my Fitbit account. So, you know, we've paired with a couple of the big companies around for it's such a growth industry, obviously, the wearable technology. Being able to interact with your health club and the products in your health club, I should say, has been a huge benefit for us.
That's wonderful. All right, well, thank you again, Aaron, and appreciate your time. It's been great, and I'm sure you're nearly ready to go home.
Get ready to fly back to Sydney.
Yeah. Okay. All right, well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Tom.